Hey guys, welcome back to Bohs Fan TV, and today we're back with another video. And today we're just going to be doing a general sort of discussion about the latest news around the club. Obviously, there's a lot to talk about. In terms of the fixtures being released today, a few players have left the club since the last video, and obviously there's been a couple of rumours going around about players potentially coming in. So, yeah, that's all to discuss in today's video. Suppose we'll start off with the fixtures being released. They released there at 12 today. Obviously, we start the season at home against Sligo, which is now a pretty good start. I think. Look, you want a home game to start the season. I think it's a pretty winnable game. I don't think you can complain too much about that. You look at the fixtures coming up anyway over the next few months. Obviously, you don't want to look too far ahead because you don't really know where you're going to be come then. But you've got that very tough run in June where we play. I think it's Shells, Rovers, Derry, and Pats all in 1 month, which is a very tough run in. Don't get me wrong. It's obviously very tough, but you know, God knows where you could be by then. We could be mid-table. Third, fourth. You don't know where you're going to be, but yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with Sligo at home to start the season. I think it's a pretty winnable game, and then one that will that probably I don't know if looking forward to it is the right word, but yeah, it's February 16th, not too far away now. Obviously, just under 2 months. So yeah, look, pretty good way to start the season, I think. And yeah, that's that really. Looking at some of the standout fixtures, obviously Rovers away. I think March 29th is the first Dublin derby. You're looking at some of the other kind of standout games. You've Galway away on Easter Monday, which is be a nice little trip. Um, yeah, a few good away games there over the summer. You're looking at Waterford away in May and Galway, you think away in July. So a nice few trips there. Hopefully with good weather. They'd be nice trips. So yeah, look, I don't think you complain too much about the way we start the season. Obviously, our first 5 games: Sligo at home, Pats away, Dundalk at home, Drogheda away, and Shells at home. Yeah, like it's tough enough, like, but I think the opening fixture at home to Sligo, you can't complain too much about it. But yeah, I think the only thing that really worries me is that June. God knows, if we're in a bad position come then, that's not a great month to be heading into. But oh, look, you've got to be positive, haven't you? Even if the club aren't doing much on the pitch in terms of recruiting players or whatever. But look, hopefully that picks some speed over the next few weeks before pre-season anyway. So yeah, well, I suppose we'll talk a bit about that anyway. The current predicament with the squad and the incomings and outings as well. Obviously, we've been linked with 3 players, I suppose, over the last few days. One that looks like it could be happening is the return of Rob Cornwall, which, yeah, look, I don't know, to be honest. I'm sort of in two minds about that one. I think, as good as he was for the club when he was here the first time around, I don't know, is he on speed anymore? Like, he's still only 30. Like, I'm not saying it in that way. I mean, like, being out of the league now for a couple of seasons, playing in the third division in America, it's not. I don't know what, no disrespect to the third division in America, but what is it like compared to the League of Ireland in terms of standards? I've seen a few clips of him since he's been there, and it doesn't look like an amazing standard, to be honest with you. But look, again, it's sort of, we are in two minds about it. You're thinking, well, like, should we really be looking to bring back former players? And then you're thinking, well, he would bring a bit of experience to that defence, at least a bit of a backbone. Something that we lacked last season and even the season before that as well, massively. We probably lacked a bit of a leader back there, and hopefully he can bring that. Obviously, he brought that beforehand anyway, but it's just whether or not he's still at the same sort of pace and speed as he was before. When he was at the club before. Yeah, I don't think I'd be too against it, but also there's also a feeling in the back of your mind where you're thinking, oh well, like, are we going to keep doing this? Are we going to keep bringing back former players like we did with Grant and Lunny and so and so? It's obviously something that I think most fans would like to see. I don't know if it stops the right word, but like, I think it has come a bit of a common theme over these past couple of seasons where we seem to be bringing back former players. But look, I'm not totally against it. I think he could bring a bit of experience to that defence at least, which whether or not he's still at the same level that he was beforehand. Another player we've been linked with over the past couple of days, another defender as well, is Evan Weir. He's a left back. He's out of contract now at Drogheda. I think from what I've been hearing anyway, I think there is a chance he could still sign back with them, but a couple of clubs have been chasing him. I think Dundalk as well have been linked. Um, I don't know about this one, to be honest with you. I know he did get called up into the under 21 squad or something. I think was at some point during the season. Or I don't know whether that was just because someone was injured or something, but or whether he was actually called up. I don't know. But he never really. I thought he was always a decent player, but he never really struck me as someone who was brilliant. Still a young player. Obviously, he's still only 21, 22. Hope if we can bring him in, hopefully he can turn into a better player. But I think we probably need a bit of cover left back anyway. We only have one in Paddy Kirk. I think that's probably a position we'll be looking to add somebody in. And yeah, look, I don't know. I think some people look at it and think, okay, look, it's another Drogheda player because we seem to be brain Drogheda these past couple of windows. But yeah, I think I wouldn't be totally against it. I think it'd be an okay sign and not one that would exactly be, inspiring. But let's be honest, I don't think they're in a position to make loads of inspiring signings, just given how the the past couple of seasons have played out now Europe. I think unfortunately we can't really be in a position anymore to make goods. I'm not trying to say bad signings, Reagan, but look, we're not in a position anymore to attract the players that we have in the past. Like maybe when we were able to attract players like Bashin here, you looking at he wasn't great for us, but that kind of good player, someone who's been in the league a while and has good pedigree. I don't think we can attract those sort of players anymore unless we can improve on the pitch. But yeah, I think it'd be an okay sign, and I think he'd probably, he'd provide a decent bit of cover at left back. And yeah, if we could get over the line, I think it would be an okay sign. And the last player that we've been linked with over these past couple of days is Tommy Lonergan, St. Pat striker, still only a young lad, only 19, I think. And yeah, look, I think it'd be an interesting one because obviously he scored against us in the cup final, but he didn't really get much of a look in at Pats. And I think he only scored maybe 3 or 4 goals last season. But like I said, he's still 19. It's still plenty of time from the ground with a much better player. But yeah, I think it'd be an interesting one because obviously Pats have a couple of striking options now with Keaton and Kane Cavanagh as well. So obviously he must be thinking, am I going to get into the team? I think obviously he's still under contract there. I think there's a fee of maybe 50 grand. I think that's the rumored price anyway to try and tempt Pats with the selling him. But yeah, I don't know. I think obviously he's still young, 19, and there's plenty of time for him to kick on and then become a good player. Like he already is a good player, but maybe if he feels that he's not going to get the game time at Pats, then maybe, could he come to Bohs and be the number one striker? Obviously, it seems as if after that he's going to be leaving. Obviously, we haven't heard much about that over the last couple of weeks, but it does seem pretty likely that he will be gone in January anyway, because there's a lot of clubs circling him, and it does seem like we are willing to sell just, to avoid him going on a free next season. So, yeah, I think this would be a pretty good signing. I think he impressed quite. He impressed me anyway at UCD before I went to Pats. I thought that was a good sign at the time for Pats. Obviously, he didn't. I wouldn't say it didn't work out. It's just he's still a young lad. Maybe if he's not quite maybe broke into the team, and maybe next year he feels that it's going to be hard with the signings of Keaton and Kavanagh. But yeah, I think I'd be pretty happy with the sign if it was to happen. Obviously, there's a few people saying why are we paying or why are we looking to pay 50 grand for Pat's third or fourth choice striker. But I don't think you can take that too much into account. Look, he's still young, still plenty of time for him to improve and be become a good player. But yeah, I'd be okay with the sign. I think it'd be pretty decent. But that's been it really in terms of incumbents. Obviously, we only have one in the door so far, and Dale Rooney. I'm sure we'll see more coming in over the next few weeks. It seems like Rob Cornwall's probably a done deal anyway. I think that'll probably get announced over the next few days, hopefully. So yeah, look, that's everything in terms of incumbents right now. On to outs. Obviously, last week we did a video on the stay or go tier list. Just as I finished recording that video, the club announced that the following players have left the club: Ali Koo, Chris Twardek, John O'Sullivan, others as well. Yeah, Novak, Casper's loan spells coming to an end as well. So Yeah, I think you probably expect most of those players to go. Ali Q, yeah, look, obviously, Ali Q, I think will be a loss. I think some people probably question him back end of last season, even the season before that as well, as to whether is he in, is his heart in the right place? Does he really want to be here? But look, I don't think you can hate him too much for maybe losing a bit of interest. He has given some great moments. Obviously, in his first season with like I mentioned this in last week's video, the two goals against Pauk and the amazing goal he scored against Rovers in the cup a couple of seasons ago, and all those sort of goals he scored for us that were massive in terms of our season. So yeah, look, I think he'll be a loss. It is kind of disappointing to see him go, but look, obviously he probably felt it was the right time to move on, and yeah, he hasn't found the club yet. I know he's linked with a few League of Ireland clubs like Pats and Shells. I think there's a few clubs in England maybe as well, and I think even the US. I think I read somewhere that there's a US club looking at him, so it'd be interesting to see where he ends up. Chris Twardek, yeah, I think we all kind of saw that coming. He wasn't getting a look in back end of the season. He wasn't even on the bench most of the time, which is disappointing a little bit because I think he has a bit to offer. He does work hard, and yeah, I think I don't know if it'll be a loss, but I think it is a bit disappointing to see him leave in that sort of way. But look, well, best luck to him wherever he ends up. Novak, yeah, I think I he only signed a 1 year deal. It turned out I thought maybe he'd be on a longer contract, but he's decided to go anyway, or the clubs haven't decided to offer him a new contract, and I think that's probably the right thing to do. He didn't really impress me that much, to be honest. Had a few decent games, but he was showing up a lot. I thought at times last season in terms of his defensive positioning and other things as well. I think yeah, it was probably the right thing for him to leave. O'Sullivan, yeah, yeah, absolutely, it was the right thing for him to leave. Just didn't perform whenever he got the chance. Well, he rarely got a chance, but yeah, he just didn't quite. Be the player that we thought he was going to be in terms of bringing in leadership qualities. When we signed him from he was in England for the majority of his career, we were thinking, oh well, look, this is going to be a great signing, a player that's been playing in England for 10 years or so, and he'll come in and add a bit of experience. But it was anything but that. Let's be honest. He's gone to Shells, and look, yeah. That's that really. And then obviously Casper's loan spell has come to an end. I think apparently we had an option to buy, but we didn't. Allegedly, anyway, we decided not to take it. It'd be interesting if that was true. Obviously, I think he had his moments where he looked a bit shaky, but overall, I thought he did quite well last season, and it'd be interesting where he ends up. The rumours are he might be going to Waterford, which is an interesting one, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think I thought he did quite well for large parts of last season. Now, like I said, he had his moments, but overall, I thought he was pretty decent. That's that really. Yeah, I think we've been linked with other players as well. I forgot to mention like Connor Keeley, the drop of the centre back. I don't know if that's realistic, to be honest. If there's clubs in England looking at him, which apparently there are, I think he'd probably go there, or maybe to another League of Ireland club like a Pats or something like that. Somebody can offer him European football. I don't think that one's a goer, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's that really. A bit of a quiet off season so far. Look, the pictures are out. We can look forward to that if you want to anyway. I know some people aren't really, but I think as the weeks go on, we will start to get look a little bit more forward to it. And if the club decide to get the finger out and start making a few signings, then maybe we'll feel a bit more positive. But so far, nothing to really report on in terms of incomings. And yeah, that's it really. The players that have gone, I think most of them probably needed to go anyway. And yeah, that's it. So that's where I'll end it. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment down below what you thought about this video, with the news on the fixtures and the rumoured incomings and the outgoings. You think, would you have Lonergan and Cornwall and Evan Ware? Would you did you see those players that left coming? Do you think it was the right decision? And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.